Bluebeard by the Brothers Grimm. There was a man who lived in a forest and had 3 sons and a beautiful daughter. One day a golden carriage with 6 horses and a large retinue of servants arrived, stopped in front of the house, and the king stepped out and asked the man to give him his daughter as his wife. The man was happy that such good fortune had come to his daughter and immediately agreed. There was nothing wrong with the suitor except that he had a completely blue beard, which was a little frightening to look at. The girl was also frightened at first and hesitated to marry him, but at her father's urging she finally agreed. But because she felt so afraid, she first went to her 3 brothers, took them aside and said, "Dear brothers, if you hear me scream, wherever you are, drop everything and come to my aid." The brothers promised her this and kissed her.
"Farewell, dear sister. When we hear your voice, we will jump on our horse and be with you soon."
Then she got into the carriage with Bluebeard and drove off with him. Everything in his castle was magnificent, and whatever the queen wished for was done, and they would have been quite happy if only she could have gotten used to the king's Bluebeard. But whenever she saw it, she was inwardly horrified. After this had gone on for some time, he said,
"I must go on a long journey, so here are the keys to the whole castle. You may unlock and look at everything, except the chamber to which this little golden key belongs. If you unlock it, your life will be forfeited." She took the keys, promised to obey him, and when he was gone, she unlocked the doors, one after the other, and saw so many riches and splendors that she thought they had been brought together from all over the world. Now there was nothing left but the forbidden chamber. The key was made of gold, so she thought that perhaps the most precious thing were locked in there. Curiosity began to torment her, and she would rather not have to seen all the other things if only she had known what was in this one. For a while she resisted the urge, but in the end it became so powerful that she took the key and went to the chamber.
"Who will see me open it?" she said to herself. "I will only take a peek inside."
She unlocked it, and as the door opened, a stream of blood flowed toward her, and she saw dead women hanging on the walls, some of whom were nothing more than skeletons. She was so frightened that she immediately slammed the door shut, but the key popped out and fell into the blood. She quickly picked it up and tried to wipe off the blood, but it was useless. When she wiped it off on one side, it reappeared on the other. She sat there all day rubbing it and trying everything possible, but nothing helped. The blood stain will not come off. Finally, in the evening, she laid it in hay, which was supposed to draw out the blood during the night. The next day Bluebeard returned, and the first thing he did was ask her for the keys. Her heart was pounding as she borrowed him the keys, hoping he would not notice that the golden one was missing. But he counted them all, and when he was finished he said,
"Where's the one for the secret chamber?"
As he said this, he looked into her face. She turned blood red and replied,
"It's upstairs. I misplaced it. I'll look for it tomorrow."
"You'd better go right away, dear wife. I'll need it today."
"Oh, I just tell you, I lost it in the hay, so I have to look for it first."
"You haven't lost it," said Bluebeard angrily. "You put it there so that the blood stains would be removed because you disobeyed my commands and went into the chamber. But now you must go in, even if you don't want to." So she had to fetch the key, which was still covered in blood stains. "Now prepare yourself for death, for you shall die today," said Bluebeard, fetching his large knife and leading her to the house courtyard.
"Let me just say my prayers before I die," she said.
"Go, but hurry, for I have no time to wait."
She ran up the stairs and cried out as loud as she could from the window,
"Brothers, my dear brothers, come and help me."
The brothers were sitting in the forest drinking cool wine, when the youngest said,
I think I heard our sister's voice. Come, we must hurry to her aid. So they jumped on the horses and rode as if they were the storm wind, but their sisters lay on her knees in fear. Then Bluebeard called from below. Well, are you ready yet? She heard him sharpening his knife on the bottom step. She looked out, but saw nothing but dust in the distance, as if a herd were passing by. So she cried once more, Brothers, my dear brothers, come help me. And her fear grew even greater. But Bluebeard called out, If you don't come soon, I'll come and get you. My knife is sharpened. Then she looked out again and saw her 3 brothers riding across the field, flying like birds in the air, and she cried out for the 3rd time in her greatest distress and with all her might, Brothers, my dear brothers, come help me. And the youngest was already so close that she could hear his voice. Take heart, dear sister, just a moment more and we will be with you. But Bluebeard cried, Enough praying now, I will wait no longer. If you do not come, I will come for you. Oh, just let me pray for my 3 dear brothers. But he did not hear her, came up the stairs and dragged her down. And just as he grabbed her by the hair and was about to stab her in the heart with the knife, the 3 brothers knocked at the front door, burst in and tore her from his grip. Then they drew their sabers and cut him down. He was hung in the blood chamber with the other woman he had killed. But the brother took their beloved sister home with them, and all Bluebeard's riches belonged to her.
Hiding under the blanket already? No? Then we'll try again next week. If you enjoyed the story, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments what you'd like to hear next. Sleep well and have terrible, beautiful dreams.